From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fairbanks Evening News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Our top story, Republican Dan Sullivan has been sworn in as Alaska's new U.S. Senator.
That's right. Sullivan defeated Democratic incumbent Mark Begich in the November general election and took the oath of office this morning in Washington, D.C. Senator Sullivan joins Senator Lisa Murkowski and Representative Don Young to form an all-Republican Alaska congressional delegation. Following his official swearing in, Senator Sullivan was joined by his wife Julie and other family members at a ceremonial swearing in with Vice President Joe Biden in the old Senate chamber. Today marked the start of the new congressional session, and Sullivan says he was honored and humbled to be sworn in as Alaska's junior U.S. Senator, adding that he was floored by the number of Alaskans that traveled to the nation's capital to witness the occasion.
Over 200 Alaskans were at our event today, and including Governor Walker and 1/4 of the state Senate, literally Alaskans from all over. So to me, that was incredibly humbling. You know, we woke up today in Washington, D.C. with a big blanket of snow, and the word around the Capitol is that with the invasion of 200 Alaskans, that we're responsible for that snow in Washington, and of course, we're claiming credit for that.
Not guilty pleas this afternoon in Fairbanks Superior Court for the woman accused of shooting and killing her 33-year-old cousin on Christmas Eve. 25-year-old Emily Clark was indicted by a grand jury on 6 charges, including first and second-degree murder, manslaughter, and felony assault. Police say Clark shot 33-year-old Janelle Clark with a .44 caliber pistol at her 26th Avenue apartment. Emily reportedly told authorities she shot her cousin after being asked to get out of the apartment. Bail for Emily remains at $500,000. Trial for her case was scheduled for March 2015.
Fairbanks Superior Court Judge Paul Lyle has set the date for a hearing in the case of the Fairbanks Four, this time to review evidence in the post-conviction relief filing. Attorneys for all 4 men were present this afternoon to discuss the ongoing civil case seeking to exonerate the men from their conviction in the 1997 murder of Fairbanks teen John Hartman. Also present was Jason Gazewood, the attorney for Jason Wallace. The proceedings are to be held October 5th and were scheduled to allow the parties to present evidence in front of Judge Lyle, including both witness and expert testimony. The civil case will not be presented to a jury, but rather in front of the judge. Now, this afternoon, Lyle said he believed the sealed matter that had been holding up progress was far enough along to set a date for resolution, although no new information on that matter was released. Another hearing in the case is set for later this month.
A second bail proposal from the lawyer of Arvin Kangas was denied this afternoon in Fairbanks Superior Court. Kangas, the father of the man accused of shooting and killing 2 Alaska state troopers, has been in custody since the May 1st incident in Tanana. Kangas's attorney, Jim Cannon, disclosed that some charges had been dropped against his client and asked that bail be lowered by 25% as a result. The state opposed the proposal, as did Superior Court Judge Paul Lyle. Lyle said Kangas's volatile attitude in court demonstrated the need for supervision of a third-party custodian, something the defense has been unable to provide.
A former Fort Wainwright soldier was in Fairbanks Superior Court this afternoon pleading not guilty to charges that stem from armed robberies last month. Keith Downing was indicted on charges of armed robbery and theft. Fairbanks police say Downing robbed different pedestrians at gunpoint near a strip club on Rewack Drive. Victims of the robbery reported 2 males had pulled up in a vehicle driven by a third suspect, threatened them with firearms, and stole a wallet and cell phone. Downing is believed to be involved in at least 3 separate robberies that happened in the span of a few hours. Police found Downing's military dog tags at the scene of the robberies. They were then able to track him down and place him under arrest. Trial for his case was set for March.
The Fairbanks City Council has voted to stop paying legal fees for the mayor in his fight with the Alaska Public Offices Commission. The APOC had alleged that Mayor John Eberhardt misused a city council email account while he was a candidate and fined him $37.50. Now, since then, the city of Fairbanks has paid over $15,000 in legal fees from the case. Councilman Jerry Cleworth introduced the measure, and it was approved 5-0 with Councilman David Pruz absent. The mayor says he will continue to pursue the appeal of the APOC action.
All right, when we come back, the North Pole City Council met last night to fix a problem that occurred in December.
Also, the flu continues to increase in many parts of the United States. We'll have more in our health report. Stay with us. And welcome back. The North Pole City Council convened Monday night for its first regular meeting of the new year. However, it revisited an action taken in late 2014. Now, in mid-December, the council passed an amended resolution to distribute over $41,000 in bed tax revenue evenly among 4 organizations. However, the amendment did not take into account the formula required by city code to be used for distribution of the funds. Last night's resolution allocated funds to the same 4 organizations, but the proper formula was used to split the revenue. North Pole Christmas and Ice was allotted the largest chunk of the revenue at just over $19,000. The council was split as the resolution passed 4-3. Councilman Thomas McGee voted against the resolution, saying he did not feel the mid-December vote was in violation of city code.
You didn't even have the percentages for us that night. You just had a dollar amount that we didn't agree with because we felt incomplete. We hadn't finished our job. And now it's brought back to us again saying, wait a minute, we broke the law. Well, I can't find the law I broke.
Make our action align with what our code says. No harm, no foul. We're moving forward. This isn't meant to be a bad thing. This is a good opportunity for us to make sure we're aligning with our code.
We're human, or we make mistakes, and I think we just have to just man up and just make it right.
What kind of role does the Alaska Division of Geological Surveys play in supporting the public and big industry? That was the question that was addressed today at the weekly Chamber of Commerce luncheon. State geologist Stephen Masterman from UAF told the audience that his department was involved in the mineral, oil, and gas industries and was also very involved with rural communities when it comes to energy and infrastructure construction. Mr. Masterman says his department is responsible for evaluating state lands for their potential to reduce energy and mineral resources.
We provide information that attracts mineral and oil and gas companies to the state and helps them with their exploration. So a direct outfall from our work are increased jobs in those industries when explorers come to the state and hire people, and then any subsequent drilling activity and development and discovery obviously creates jobs and employment, not just in the direct industries, but in the support industries. And then our ultimate goal is to help provide state revenue.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have released new numbers on flu activity, showing it continues to increase across the United States. Monty Bowen has more now in this week's Health Report.
Infectious disease experts say the report shows the largest groups who have been hospitalized are children under 5 and adults over 65.
People may not realize that having a chronic medical condition like diabetes, heart disease, kidney problems, even asthma are considered risks for developing complications from influenza. And those complications are the types of things that usually bring people into the hospital.
Most common flu strain making people sick continues to be influenza A, subtype H3N2. This year, the H3N2 virus that the flu vaccine was formulated against has drifted over time, which means your flu shot may only be partially effective. But it probably is still your best defense.
People who get vaccinated and get exposed to the drifted strain hopefully will not be as ill, and hopefully will get over their illness a little bit more quickly.
The CDC report notes that pediatric deaths rose to 21 and that the majority of kids hospitalized with the flu have been normal, healthy children, emphasizing the need to vaccinate all children 6 months and older. About 1/3 of all women who have been hospitalized with flu are pregnant, putting mom and baby in danger.
We know that pregnant women are at higher risk for complications. So certainly, pregnant women need to get vaccinated, or if they do get flu, they need to contact their health care professional right away.
If you have the flu and you start to feel better but then take a turn for the worse, call your doctor. This is Monty Bowen reporting.
The Health Report is brought to you by the Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic, located in the Medical Dental Arts Building. Call 456-7768.
You know, those shots just get me every time I can't look at it.
You gotta get them, though. You gotta get them, even if it's only going to help a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm still like a child, and I have to close my eyes.
You can do the nose thing.
Oh, yeah, the little squirter, yeah.
Yep.
But when it comes to shots, I mean, do you take it?
Yep.
You take it like a man?
I do. I do. Let's move on now. Joe Cook is up next with sports, and it'll be a lot of college athletics today.
Also, you'll see the Nana Corner and learn about a few UAF players who earned awards this week.
All right, it's all up next. Man up.
Man up.
Welcome back to Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here in the sports seat for you this Tuesday evening. Well, it's spreading faster than a cold at an elementary school. Winning. It's infecting UAF sports to start 2015, and it couldn't come at a better time. Here's more.
In their first weeks of action in 2015, the UAF women's basketball team, men's basketball team, and hockey team started a combined 6-0 to start the new year. Maybe a New Year's tradition is starting for the Nanooks. In the first week of January in 2014, those three teams, plus the swim team and rifle team, also won their first games of the new year. The women's team secured a GNAC sweep and their 10th win on Saturday with an 82-76 win over NNU. It's their first 10-win season since 2007, and they've won 4 straight games.
I mean, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't put it together, have the rhythm and make things click, and kids that care about each other and the university and the community, you're not going to have a program. And that's what we've built here. That's what we've developed. These young women are the results of those efforts from myself and my assistant coaches, and just proud of that, and hopefully we carry it forward.
The men's basketball team won a wild 121-111 contest over Simon Fraser to win back-to-back GNAC games and bring their record to 5-7 and 2-2 in the conference. The men's squad has won 3 straight. Last but not least, the Nanook hockey team swept Ferris State on Friday and Saturday to move into 4th place in the WCHA with a 7-7 record. They are 12-8 overall. We could be in the midst of another one of the hockey team's patented second-half runs. They've also won 4 straight.
A few years ago, we swept in Notre Dame, and we swept in Michigan, and then we came home and swept. And so, you know, I think this is going to be one of those weekends. I have a good, strong feeling that we'll sweep against Bowling Green, and then we'll come back here and we'll take Anchorage on.
The women's basketball team will hit the road playing at St. Martin's on Thursday and then face Western Oregon on Saturday. The men's team will host rival UAA this Saturday night at the Patty Center. The hockey team, they will face the Bowling Green Falcons in their barn. The Falcons swept the Nooks in 2 one-goal games earlier this season, but things may be different this time.
You know, we got to be prepared to go down there and execute and play the game we're capable of playing, and if we do that, that's the best way for us to find success.
Nanook Corner, brought to you by Sports Medicine Fairbanks.
The UAF ski teams are competing in the U.S. National Cross Country Championships in Houghton, Michigan this week. Today was Classic Sprint Day. Logan Hahnemann finished 7th overall in the B final to lead Alaska. He also won his qualifying race. Now Sunday, Hahnemann finished 4th in the freestyle and had the 3rd fastest lap. Isaac Lammers and Jonas Loeffler placed 21st and 25th for UAF today. Reese Hahnemann of APU finished 10th overall. The ladies also had solid finishes. Nicole Bates finished 39th overall, while Ann Catherine Ewell came in 41st, but she also won the U20 title. And Ty Marquette finished 47th for UAF. The U.S. Nationals continue on Thursday with classic mass start 30 and 20K distance races. A few Nanooks had some standout performances this past week and earned them accolades from their respective conferences. Here's more on that.
Sophomore goalie Davis Jones was named WCHA Defensive Player of the Week and Raven Alaska Nanook of the Week. Jones allowed 1 goal, made 47 saves, and registered a shutout in the UAF sweep of the Ferris State Bulldogs over the weekend. He's allowed 2 goals in his last 4 games and back-to-back WCHA sweeps. So far, the St. Albert, Alberta native is saving at 89%, has a 2.3 goals allowed average, and a 9-4 record. He also has the 4th best winning percentage in the league at 69%. Jones has 4 shutouts this season, which is 2 away from tying Chad Johnson's single-season record. Now for the men's basketball team, junior transfer guard Ashton Edwards from Compton, California, scored 53 points in Alaska's 2 wins last week. Against Western Washington, Edwards scored a career-high 30 points, then followed that up with a 23-point game in a win over Simon Fraser. In 2 games, Edwards shot 50% from the field, hit 7 of his 12 threes, and was a sizzling 14 for 15 from the free throw line. Edwards shared the Conference Player of the Week award with Brian McGill of UAA. Lastly, UAF freshman Darren Mainville of the women's basketball team was an honorable mention for the GNAC Player of the Week award. Mainville led the Nooks with a career-high 22 points and 10 rebounds in Alaska's 82-76 win over Northwest Nazarene on Saturday.
And tomorrow, we'll look at this week's upcoming high school sports action, as well as the Ice Dogs, who are finally back in the Dipper this weekend. But that's it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back into the Fairbanks Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again, taking a look at the weather. Another cold, frigid day across the interior, and another cold, severe cold night. We're down around 30 below in the lowest lying areas. But after that, things are looking up. We'll tell you more about that in just a little bit. Our photograph night sent in by Dana Cannon. And you can see here a very nice picture with the sun in the background there and the Alaska pipeline right there. And again, the colors are very nice. As always, if you have a photograph, by all means, send it to me here at photos@ktvf11.com. We'll share it with the rest of the audience. Your numbers look like this. Currently 27 below and falling. The high today 22 below. The low last night right at 30 below. Record high 34, 1934, and 57 below in 1975. Your sunrise and sunset, not quite 4.5 hours of daylight, and that is a gain of another 4 minutes from yesterday. Our satellite and radar showing a little bit of a change going on. You can see the flow starting to move in from the southeast, which means temperatures should be warming up as cloud cover moves in. Hasn't quite moved past the Alaska Range yet, but we're still expecting a pretty good majority of this cloudiness to move in by tomorrow night into Thursday, and then temperatures rising above the 0 mark for the first time in quite a few days. And that's some good news. What's going on across the rest of the state? Well, they have a lot of snow falling over the Juneau area. There's a winter storm warning there. Otherwise, we have rain across the Ketchikan area. Some rain falling around Kodiak. Anchorage pretty good, 7 degrees, lots of sunshine. Along the Aleutian chain, cloudy skies at Cold Bay. Temperatures rising at Nome, 22 degrees there. Barrow at 9 below, and again, very cold at Fort Yukon, 38 degrees below 0. Lower 48 weather, not too much going on the West Coast. As you can see, Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, and around Las Vegas, all looking at mainly clear to partly cloudy skies. Colder temperatures across the mid-section of the country. And then over the southeast, we look at a little rain shower activity around Miami and more heavy snow moving across the Great Lakes. It's all because of lake effect snow. See the winds driving the moisture across the Great Lakes here, and that is piling up snow. They're expecting maybe 2 to 3 feet of snow in those areas. Another storm system possibly bringing some showers over the Pacific Northwest. The really cold temperatures will be happening tomorrow night. As you can see, 50 below near the main areas, and then dropping all the way down to the Gulf Coast states where it'll feel like 10 degrees, which is pretty cold for those folks down there. And the overall outlook for the jet stream, once again, remaining well to the north in the western half of the country and dropping down over the eastern half with snow showers in the Great Lakes and cool conditions across the deep south. All right, back to Alaska for tomorrow. For the northern sections, mostly clear for Barrow and Nome. Clear skies also in the Fort Yukon area with overnight low about near 40 degrees below 0. Tomorrow's forecast for the interior, clear skies all the way across the region. As you can see, lots of sunshine. And over southeast Alaska, like I said, a winter storm warning for Juneau. They're looking for 4 to 8 inches of snow before it turns to rain. Isn't that going to be nice? Heavy rain also developing around the Ketchikan area. While over to the southwest part of the state, looking at rain and snow for Cold Bay, rain for Kodiak, and snow showers in Bethel. And over the south central regions, looking at scattered clouds at Anchorage, fog in Homer, and partly cloudy at Valdez. Okay, time once again for our kids' weather. And we're back with the kids. This week we're going to be talking with the kids for the rest of the week from Pearl Creek Elementary School. Tonight we have a young lady with a really cool poem. Listen to this.
Seasons in Fairbanks. Beads of water sliding down, leaving trees with diamond crowns, all the droplets gleaming light, glistening in the dark of night. All the unique snowflakes show, bragging about the winter's glow, endless sledding down the hills, showering yourself with laughing chills. Sunny days at the beach, fun is never out of reach, splashing water, heated sand, sun is pounding, dry, dry land.
Nice job. And tomorrow night, another young man will be here with a unique picture to share with us. Your forecast for the remainder of the night, 30 below, clear skies, bitterly cold temperatures, especially in the low-lying areas, warmer in the higher elevations. 14 below for the high tomorrow with sunny skies. And then, like I said, the 5-day outlook is looking really encouraging. Snow back in the picture possibly for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Temperatures rising to the teens above 0. Overnight lows right around 0 to just a few degrees below 0. But overall, the picture is showing that we are getting a weather change that will definitely be a lot more comfortable than it has been for the last week or so.
I do have to say that, yeah, it is pretty cold. Like, it is very bitterly cold. You forget how cold 30 below. Look at Joe's face.
We were so spoiled with the other nice weather that now
yeah.
we get that shot of cold and it's like really bad.
Yeah, it definitely. I can feel
We're
it.
going to give it to the lower 48 folks, though.
Yeah, but they'll get it with the wind along with it, which is even
worse.
Yep.
Near Buffalo, New York, that lake effect snow, woo, that is cold.
2 to 4 feet of snow expected there.
Really brisk.
And that snow is heavy. Try plowing that.
I'd rather not. Nope. Okay, thanks, Mike. That will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Tonight on NBC Nightly News, your questions about this year's flu season are answered up next with Brian Williams.
Join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime, of course, at webcenter11.com.
So from all of us here at the News Center, have a good night. See you at 11.
Good night.